Why don't we type in the AFC and check out the playoff possibilities there? The Miami Dolphins are the top seed right now, but these other division leaders aren't far behind, getting lots of views, and they should be playoff bound. The Steelers' shocking loss on Thursday night is good news for the Browns, Colts, and Texans, who are all trending everywhere in social media right now as the current holders of the wild card spots. And right now, the Kansas City Chiefs, yes, Howie Long, they are in, but they've lost 2 of their last 3. Something doesn't feel right. Is there a reason to be worried about them?
Well, you would say, listen, they've done this before. They did it Patrick's first year starting, lost 3 of 5. Same thing with 2021 season. They went to the Super Bowl and won. This team, to me, appears to be out of sync, whether it's, the 2 tackles they brought in as free agents haven't quite worked out, which in turn it makes Patrick Mahomes uncomfortable in the pocket. Seems like he's on the run all the time. Who's the number 1 wide receiver? Take pressure off of Kelsey, drop balls. And you have to ask the question at this point, because they look so out of sync on offense. Do they miss Eric Bieniemy? Not necessarily play calling on game day, but his dogged attention to detail every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I think this team's been to the Super Bowl 3 of the last 4 years, and they won twice. I think this team looks like they're sleepwalking a little bit. They've got to wake up, flip the switch, and if it's not now, then Patrick Mahomes is probably going to be going on the road for the first time in the playoffs all the way if they want to go to the Super Bowl.
And it won't be easy today against the Bills. Grunt?
Yes, the Buffalo Bills are coming off a bye week with a lingering loss, a tough loss that was versus the Philadelphia Eagles 2 weeks ago. This is a must-win game for the Bills. This is a game they can show that they are still in contention and that they are still a dangerous team, that's for sure. The good thing about the Bills is that they're facing a beatable Kansas City team, that's for sure. And the Bills have been humming, absolutely humming the last 2 games, 66 points in the last 2 games. That's 33 points a game, Terry, if you can do the math right. And on top of it,
are you taking a shot?
Yes. And the keys to success for this game.
That, my friend, is Rich.
Yes.
No,
That's Rich.
All I'm going to say is this. My boy is learning quick.
Yeah. Well, I don't unlearn him.
And you want to know the key to the game? Get Gabe Davis and Dalton Kincaid firing right off the beginning.
But nobody even knows who they are, Gronk.
Yes, they're the tight end and wide receiver number 2 for the Buffalo Bills.
He knows, and that's all that matters. Hey, TB, game feels like maybe a playoff eliminator almost between Indianapolis and Cincinnati.
Yeah, you look at the 16 teams in the AFC, and only 4 of those teams have the same starting quarterback all year long, and they are the division leaders. So that tells you how important the starting quarterback is to your football team. When you look at Minshew in India, and then when you look at Browning down with the Cincinnati Bengals, both of these quarterbacks are backups. And last week's games, both led their teams in overtime to victories. Don't forget, backup quarterbacks are so important in this game. I know these guys don't care anything about quarterbacks, but if you look at Geno Smith and the chunk of dough he got played up in Seattle when he was comeback player of the year, don't think that doesn't register a little bit with these 2 backups. It's going to be a fun game to watch.
Michael, when you look at the NFC playoff picture, we had written the Packers off. A lot of people had. Now they've won 3 in a row behind Jordan Love, and they're right there in the wild card picture.
Well, not only won 3 in a row, Kurt, they beat KC and Detroit in 2 of those 3. But they have the easiest remaining schedule in the league. They have to go to the Giants on Monday. They also have Carolina, Tampa, Minnesota, Chicago, the last game of the season. I think that this team definitely should make the playoffs. Matt LaFleur, if you amazingly enough, has never lost a game in December, 16 straight. Jordan Love in the last 3 weeks, the only quarterback who's thrown more TDs than Jordan Love in the last 3 weeks, Dak Prescott. The only other guy with a higher quarterback rating, Purdy. 2 guys that we put in the MVP race. So Jordan Love has the Packers right where they need to be, youngest team in the league. And this is a guy everybody's worried about how are they going to be after Aaron Rodgers.
LaFleur, coach of the year?
They're going to be just fine.
LaFleur, coach of the year?
No.
Let's see
that's
how it
going to
plays
be
out with
down
him.
in Houston. That's going to be down in
D'Amico
Houston.
Ryan.
Look at that
You can make an argument for Shane Steichen as well.